Hey everyone, so this video is for my new stock trading peep that I had lunch with yesterday. You know who you are. Mr. Beneva. Let's call you that. So it's a safe. So I wanted to point out that even though on my list, Apple was the one for today. Apple hasn't done jack for today. I tried to buy it at the open, the 190 calls. I tried to buy for $3.85, but I couldn't get there. And I don't chase anything. I even changed it to $4 and I still couldn't get there. Okay? So then I just said, oh, the hell with it, cancel everything out. Let's move on. Apple's not working for me. I can't get into it, even though it's supposed to work okay. So now keep in mind, I'm only trying to make $100. It's all I'm trying to make. An option moves fast. If I can't get into the dang thing and it's not moving, it's just staying steady, that tells me that, yep, Apple's not the place to be. Even though the data set said, Apple seems like it's the place to be. Actually, what it was Google was the one, and Google was also on my list. It was Apple and Google. Long Apple, long Google. I just don't like Google because it's like pulling tonsils for me. It's not any fun. So then, okay, great. So I tried to get into Amazon because, or wait a second, sell to close. So I did own Amazon. Okay. No, sorry, these are out of whack. So I did buy, where am I at here? I did buy Amazon because Amazon was my wild card. It was green 03 negative 022. It was a little wonky, but it was my wild card because it was green on my spreadsheet. So I knew that Amazon, okay, if I can't get into Apple because there's something about retail numbers that are going to be coming out, then let me try to get into Amazon in front of retail numbers. So I was able to get into Amazon. I bought the 152 covered calls for $6. Okay. And then I sold them on the news that the Michigan sentiment numbers came out and they soared because everybody thinks that, oh, we're going to have to cut interest rates because the economy sucks. But in reality, the economy is going gangbusters. The best economy we've ever had under Joe Biden. The consumers came out and said, we feel really, really phenomenal about this. They were only expecting a 70 print, and they got a 78 print. That's massive, which means that interest rates need to keep going up to slow down this economy, or we will get into an inflationary spiral like nothing we've ever seen before. There's massive sums of liquidity out there. Joe Biden on Monday just forgave $12,000 of each person's college loan debt. So, okay, great. If the government's going to wipe this away, then I've got $12,000 to go spend. And they clearly went out and spent it because the Michigan sentiment numbers soared. Soared. I mean, think about in our household. We went out to dinner this week. We normally just go out to dinner on Fridays. We've already been to dinner once. I've been spending money in my businesses. I've been driving around, filling up. I've been, going out and having lunch and things like that. I've been spending money. You and I just went and spent money. We had lunch together. Thank you. That was really, really nice of you. I appreciate it, by the way. And this is my way to be able to give it back a little bit as well, too. So numbers are amazing out there, and interest rates need to go up. Not go down, go up. Huh? Which is going to crush homeowners. Home sales dropped. They were expecting home sales to be increasing. They didn't. They dropped. Okay? Real stock went from $1.20 to $2.60. thinking that house sales were going to be up on the data set. So people were trading this penny stock on the hope that the data sets would be really good and the stock would, I guess, go to 3 or something. I don't know. Don't care. Can't follow everything. And now real stock is coming back down because the data sets are over. They're done. The news is out there. Okay, now the rest of it is on the company to actually mature and grow and kick butt, which is what we're trying to do. That's why I'm going to sell 5 houses this month. If that's not kicking butt, I don't know what is, by definition. So at the end of the day, that was that trade. Then I said short Tesla, short Tesla, short Tesla. So here I bought Tesla at 950. 950. All right? Because the data sets on Tesla suck. Tesla, in my view, is going to $1 where it should be. That it was the globalists' company was just the weirdest of things. If everybody hates Elon Musk so badly across the globe, then why in the heck is his stock soaring? Doesn't make any sense when they beat back everybody else's stock. Why is Elon allowed to be the richest person on the globe if they hate him? It doesn't make any sense, does it? So at the end of the day, the data sets on Tesla suck. So short Tesla was easy. Blaring in the spreadsheet. So I bought him at 950. And then I put in a 1060 sell. So I made $1.10 on 2 contracts. I put $1,800 in, $1,900 in, and I got $21.20 back. And I did that in less than an hour. Okay, so I made my money for the year, for the day already. I made more money in 1 hour than a lawyer makes in 1 hour just by sitting here running my spreadsheet, the value of the spreadsheet. That. If you notice, I also thought Amazon in the news, so I bought the open at $6. Okay? Now, Amazon's not doing jack right now. It's not doing nothing today. And I'm not going to carry anything over the weekend other than NVIDIA. We're going to get into there in a minute. Probably carrying NVIDIA over the weekend. Not sure yet exactly. We'll see what happens with NVIDIA because NVIDIA's earnings come out on Monday. And so I feel that being short NVIDIA because they've priced it to perfection is a good spot to be. It's a risk. NVIDIA's information is not exactly the strongest in the world. It's gotten weaker as it comes close to earnings. NVIDIA's run was everybody piling into it before earnings because they're expecting blowout earnings numbers, which is okay. But if they guide wrong or if they're down by a penny when the market's expecting $7.22 and they only got $7.21, the stock can be down 50 points very, very easily. And I don't know that. So it's a little gamble. Little educated guess, and I might end up just getting rid of, if I get some movement down in NVIDIA intraday, I might just take my gain and say, yeah, okay, that was enough of a gain. I'm out because I don't need to gamble. It's all based trading. Now, when we look at NVIDIA or Amazon, I bought them at 6. They weren't doing nothing. So I got tired of it and I said, get me the hell out of it because it's not going to work today. And I got out of it at $5.84. So I lost a little bit of money there, very little, 16 cents by 200 shares. It's trading right now at $6. So if I would have just waited, I wouldn't have had a loss at all. Okay? But I got other stuff to do today, too. I'm not going to sit here watching it go tick by tick by tick. I used to do that. It can swallow you whole, and I'm not doing that to my clients. I'm trying to teach myself this in whatever little free time I actually have. if I even have free time. I'm probably better off driving around town scaring up business in my free time than what I am doing this in my free time, but I'm trying it. I'm trying to see. And I'm actually leaning towards that second option because it doesn't work. I've looked at all kinds of different things here. So then I got rid of Amazon for a small loss. I got rid of Tesla for a nice gain. I've made my money for the day. Who cares? Move on. It's 10:40. There's other things to be doing. Go run your business. The only thing I'm carrying is NVIDIA, I think. I think that's the only thing I'm carrying. And I bought NVIDIA puts at $12.71. So let's see where we're at with this. NVIDIA could be rallying hard. And it is. Right? That's the problem when you go into NVIDIA. Even though the data sets say, hey, short NVIDIA for your $100 gain, but I might end up holding this. Depends upon what happens with NVIDIA. It's moving exceptionally quickly. It's up to 580. So it is rallying up $9 today. So the trade wasn't think short, it was think long, buy it because it's on sale. And the long trade, so what I'm also trying to teach myself is never think short the Magnificent Seven. Only think long the Magnificent Seven, because there's so much money going into them that when they're on sale, everybody piles into them. But now I'm only down, and it's moving so fast. Here I'm down 139. I'm now down 119. It's moving that fast. In this time period, it's moving that fast. And I was up 100 on it. Okay? So I don't know exactly what I'm doing with it, with NVIDIA. I think that it sells off hard after earnings, which are next week. So I kind of need to have it and hold it and somehow stomach it, because I could be completely wrong on NVIDIA. So that's kind of the breakdown for my stock trading peep. It is nearly impossible, in my view, at 56 years old, it is nearly impossible to trade. And I have looked at it and looked at it and looked at it and looked at it for many, many years. I run a very complex spreadsheet. And to be honest with you, it catches everything. Like, I'll show you NVIDIA. Let's go back over there while we're doing this video. So here was NVIDIA, and here was its breakout. So we can go up here and we can see when did it break out and how did it do. Right here. Ding, da, ding, da, ding, da, ding. We went from 1.03, we went from 9786 to 1.0659. There was its breakout. We know it. We've seen it. The spreadsheet showed it to us. And I was trading NVIDIA long. All right? I was. Made good money on NVIDIA long. It's been wiped away by some other trades, by the way, as well, too. So it was $522 when it broke out. And it's $576 now. If a $50 move in a stock with the option is not the most awesomest thing since sliced bread with the spreadsheet, I don't know what is. But then you can also see that NVIDIA's data sets are falling apart. Okay, we're negatives. Not big negatives by any stretch of the imagination. We weren't as big positives. These big positives were easy. Look at that, 66 and 76. Nothing ever does that. You just pile in. You don't ask questions. You pile in to the long. No, we're traders, though. So when do you sell your long? Well, if your rule is that as soon as I make $100, you could make $100 a couple of different times in NVIDIA, and I did. And so giving some of it back on NVIDIA is giving it some of it back on NVIDIA. It just is. because I might be wrong with it, but I could be really right with it as well too. Notice how it's broken down. Negative 28, negative 4, negative 5 in front of earnings. These two reds in front of earnings. Look how it's gone in this column from 0.8423, 0.8433, 0.8447. Okay? And now look at it, it's 0.8355. And it's $576 a share. It's priced to perfection with data sets that are getting weaker on it rather than stronger on it. So it runs counterintuitive to the data sets. The data sets are getting weaker, yet the stock price keeps going up, which is the herd mentality. People are piling into NVIDIA, and that's why it might be the most perfect, most awesomest short on the planet right now in front of earnings. I don't know, though. Have no clue. I'm just, it's interesting. It's data set driven. And where are we at with it? It's down 106, so I'm up some. And that's the only one that I'm carrying. So this trading thing is a very complex thing, especially for those of us with ADHD, heaven forbid. And so it sucks. You'll go up and then you'll give it all back because you'll start trading way outside of your ranges. So you have to stay diligent. I like the options because, I've only got $1,200 in. And if I'm right, this option could end up being $6,000 on Tuesday. If I'm right. If the data sets continue to keep holding up to say there's something going on. And then my risk, though, is I have to carry NVIDIA over the weekend. And it's moving very fast. You can see how it's jumping around here. 41, 43, 58, 55, 41, 50, 49. It's moving so freakingly fast. And that's big blocks going into it as well, too. It's down 104. Now, technically, my rules are that if it's down over 100, I got to get rid of it because I can't afford the loss. But in this particular case, I'm trying to carry it because I think it sells off after earnings. And I could be completely wet, but I'm only gambling $1,200 on that. It's all I've got into it from my gamble perspective. So I hope that helps my trading peep. I believe what you're trying to do is the craziest, stupidest of things. I believe that having a dog poop on the basement floor while you're making 35 or 40 bucks while you're cutting its hair is a good thing. It's a celebration thing because I believe that that money is more important than trading money. And the reason for that too is that trading money is taxed in Canada. You're not really making any money. So I would have her go out and get a job someplace if you did not want the hairstyling salon any longer. I really would. If it bothers you that people are coming into your house and you just want your house back, but understand that your house is going to double in price next year when it renews. I don't understand why people don't recognize that. They don't want to understand. I don't understand why everybody shuts down when I even bring it up. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. You did the same thing. I don't get it. I don't understand. It runs counter to everything that I know financially. If you're not going to be able to afford the house or you don't want to live like an animal when you have a double house payment, the time to get rid of the freaking house is now. And then you have to make some decisions about where we're going. And why you're not down here in Windsor when you can work anywhere, I don't get it. Again, I don't understand. Because if your house is going to be so freakingly expensive next year or 2 years from now when it renews, why aren't you selling it right now and moving to Windsor? You can work anywhere. I don't understand it. But that's okay. I don't have to understand it. It's your life, not my life. I'm just saying you better start rationalizing what life's going to be like next year, and you better get started now, because then you're prepared for what happens. And I'm only pointing it out in this video because I care. Otherwise, I wouldn't be taking this 20 minutes of my time today. I've been doing this for a long time. It is so freakingly hard to do. You're better off going out and running your businesses. You will make more money running your businesses than what you will trading stocks. The advertising that's out there, oh, I made $7.4 million trading stocks. Buy my system today for just $149,995. Hurry, for a limited time offer, you get 20 bucks off. That's a millionaire selling something that never works. I could do the same thing with my system. I could do the exact same thing. I could have my technology people develop out a beautiful honkin' website and sell my system for $149.95 as well too. I've got it. It's developed. It would look really good. Let's see where NVIDIA's at now while we've been talking. Up, I'm down 129. You can see how fast the frickin' thing's moving. So I don't know. I'm only up 53 bucks on the day. Does it make any sense to trade? No, it doesn't. Go on with your life. Focus on the things that you already have and try to make them somehow better. Focus on trying to make it better. And yes, I totally agree. The human body does get sore backs. It does. And the human body does get little puncture wounds in it. Try being a truck driver for 20 years. I'm hard of hearing. I have an arm that is different than the other arm skin-wise. Oh, I didn't hurt my back at all because I played by the rules. And I didn't do a whole lot of unloading either, because I stayed out of those types of contracts. Because I was a really good truck driver with a really good boss who really liked me, who said, no, there's no reason for you to go over and start unloading trucks, Brian. That's a job for somebody else. You're a skilled professional driver. Let's get you out there driving rather than unloading. So, I don't know. To me, I'd celebrate what you have, because everybody has dogs. And all dogs need their hair cut. It seems like it's a great business. And yeah, unfortunately, my back's a little sore. Well, sorry, you were working. I can't tell you how sore my back gets. I can't tell you how sore my legs get, how sore my hands get, let alone anything else. When I'm doing an estate, I've got to go out and look at a Riverside Drive estate this weekend. I told you about that, Saturday. But yeah, there's a massive check involved. So yeah, your hands get really sore. That's what it's called working. What are you doing for a living, Brian? I'm working because it really hurts. But that's what work is. And this stuff doesn't work. There's no better solution than to just go out there and crush it and kill it and drag it home, in my view. Have a great day. What you decide to do, you decide to do, but I wouldn't get rid of the family business, because it's the one thing you have. Have a great day. Bye-bye.